Hi students, so this lecture for BBA 4th SEM on corporate accounting. We saw the theoretical part related the amalgamation of companies in the nature of merger as well as in the nature of purchase. So I hope all of you understand that theoretical part, and now in this session we will see the problem on amalgamation. Okay, so just see the balance sheet of X limited and Y limited as on 31st 3 2015 were as follows. So this is the balance sheet of X limited and the Y limited. Okay, so now see this is the balance sheet. The equities and liabilities is given as well as the asset is given for the X limited as well as the Y limited. Okay, and related the share capital, related the reserve and surplus, related the non-current liabilities as well as related the trade payable. So this is the note are there. Okay, note is there, we will see that note also. Okay, so related that in the assets which is related to the tangible fixed assets, for this purpose also note is there. Okay, the total lab equity and liabilities of the X limited is rupees 2,97,000 for the X limited, and for the Y limited is rupees 1,98,000. So assets related to the X limited, it's a 2,97,000, and for the Y limited is a 1,98,000. Okay, so this is about the balance sheet of the X limited and the Y limited. And now see note is given here. Okay, so note is given share capital, equity, under that equity shares of rupees 10 each. Okay, so each share price is rupees 10. Okay, so the directly here capital is given 2,25,000 for the X limited and 1,35,000 for the Y limited. Okay, so each share price is rupees 10. Okay, so it means what, how many shares are there for this X limited? 22,000, sorry, 22,500 for this X limited are the shares, and 13,500 for the Y limited shares. Okay, so these are the shares for this X limited and the Y limited. Okay, next, reserve and surplus, how it's calculated. The reserve and surplus in the balance sheet, reserve and surplus note number 2, 37,500 for the X limited, and Y limited it's a 37,500. Now how it's came, so see here, so in this general reserve for the X limited is a 6,000 and Y limited is a 13,500. Okay, so less preliminary expenses from the Y limited 3,500, the remaining amount will be the 10,500 as it is we have to take, and the 6,000 there is a no any preliminary expenses, then directly as it is you have to take the 6,000. Okay, next, export project reserve 6,000, 9,000, 6,000. Okay, like this is there, and total of the reserve and surplus for the X limited is a 37,500, and for the Y limited is the 13,7,500. Okay, so this is about the note number 2. Okay, next, note number 3 is given non-current liabilities, related the non-current liabilities which is the 13% debentures. Okay, it's related to the debentures, and debentures rupees 10,100 each. Okay, 15,000 and the 10,500 directly it's given. Related the for note number 4, which is related to the trade payable. In the trade payable includes the creditors and the bills payable of the X limited as well as the Y limited. Okay, so as well as the tangible fixed assets, see directly in the note what's the given, the tangible fixed assets, which are those, the building for the X is the 75,000 and for the Y purpose is the 45,000. Machinery for the X it's a 97,500 and for the Y limited it is a 51,000. Okay, so like this tangible fixed asset is there. Okay, so this is about the notes whatever in the balance sheet is given. Now see other information just for the X limited and the Y limited. X limited absorbed Y limited on the following terms. Okay, so X limited absorbed the Y limited. Okay, so it means what, X limited absorbed Y limited. Okay, so X limited is the transfer company and the Y limited is the transfer company. Okay, so now see X limited shall issue 15,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each at a, now see whatever the other information is given. The one first information, X Limited shall issue 15,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each at a premium 10% and cash rupees 15,000. Okay, so it means what's X Limited issue, how many shares issuing? 15,000, and the each share price is rupees 10 plus premium. What, how many rupees? Premium is rupees 10% on this rupees 10. It means what's the each share price will be the rupees 11. Okay, keep in mind. Okay, each share price will be the 11. Okay, and cash rupees 15,000. So for this 15,000 equity shares, they are giving what, cash also rupees 15,000 for this 15,000 shares. Okay, so this is about the purchase consideration. Next, debenture holders of Y Limited will be issued new 13% debentures of equivalent amount in X Limited. Okay, so while calculating the purchase consideration, is doesn't matter related the debentures, already I told this in the last lectures. Okay, so next, note number 3, which is the export project reserve and investment allowance reserve are required to be maintained for 3 more years. It will be the effect, it will be affect while preparing the note. Okay, while preparing the balance sheet also. Okay, so now see the note number 3, the export project reserve and investment allowance reserve are required to be maintained for 3 more years. Okay, so it will also affected while calculating the balance or calculation of the profit and loss account for balance to be shown in the balance sheet. Okay, it will be the affected this note number 3. Next, note number 4, which is the realization expenses rupees 6,750 are to be paid by X Limited. Okay, so this is also will be the effect while calculating the balance for the balance sheet purpose. Okay, so you will understand while solving the problem. Okay, so now in this, with the help of this information, actually we have to discuss, we have to do what we have to do. So first of all, computation of purchase consideration due to Y Limited. Okay, so we have to calculate the purchase consideration. Next, journal entries and ledger accounts in the books of Y Limited. Okay, so incorporating entries in the books of X Limited. So this incorporating entries in the books of X Limited because it is the transferee company. Next, balance sheet of X Limited after absorption. Okay, so this is also transferee company's balance sheet we have to prepare. So assume that now you in front of you have one question. So this problem is related to on the amalgamation in the nature of purchase or in the nature of the merger. Okay, you are getting some confused. Okay, but here it is clear. Why it's clear? Because here mentioned that what is mentioned, first A, all condition of merger are fulfilled. Okay, so it means what's assume, you can assume in this problem all the conditions are fulfilled, which whatever the 5 conditions are there for the merger purpose. No, so all these conditions are fulfilled. Okay, you have to assume and you have to solve relay on the merger method. Okay, so as well as all conditions of merger not fulfilled. Okay, so as well as you have to assume these for whatever these 5 conditions are there. So these 5 conditions are not fulfilled for this problem. So you have to solve this problem on purchase method also. Okay, so I hope you understand this, and there are 3 steps. Okay, so for the both the methods, for the merger method as well as for the purchase method, first two step means it is the common. So which are those first steps? The purchase consideration you have to calculate for the method of purchase method as well as the merger method. So as well as closing entries in the books of the transferor company for this purpose also the same, whatever the entries are there, so these entries you have to pass. And last one, it is not the common. Okay, so for the merger method different incorporating entries are there, and for the purchase method different incorporating entries are there. Okay, and the balance sheet will be the separately we have to prepare. Okay, so with the help of the both the method, with the help of this information, we will prepare this amalgamation in the nature of merger. Okay, so uh, with the help of this information we can prepare problem on merger method as well as the purchase method. Okay, so I hope you will be the understand, and just try to understand, just read carefully the problem and note down in your books. In the next session I will continue with this problem. Okay, so thank you.